detectors.
At 3:19 a.m.?
You're supposed to do it twice a year.
We'll talk about this in the morning. Can you catch that light? Hello, America.
I'm Lynn.
And I'm Danny, and welcome to RV America.
Welcome back. So, as you noticed, we had a little fun with RV safety in our intro. However, RV safety is no laughing matter whatsoever.
Yeah, we want to talk about today some of the major areas that you should be aware of about RV safety.
So before we go any further, take a quick minute and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, and if you like our videos, hit that thumbs up.
And the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos.
So the first thing I want to talk about today is our smoke detectors. For years we've been doing a great job about changing the batteries twice a year. Somehow some of us have forgotten to do that in our RVs. So we want to talk about 5 things you need to know about your smoke detector. And number 1 is that you must change the batteries twice a year. They're not going to work without a 9-volt battery. So you must change those out twice a year. And we know they'll say change them as you change time. So change them when you change the time in the spring, and then also when you do it in the fall. The second thing that most people don't know, I didn't know, is how often you should be testing them. So I want you to remember, test them as you take your RV out of storage. Test your smoke detector. As you're about to take a trip, test your smoke detector. And weekly, as you're out on the road, test your smoke detector. And the third thing I want you to remember and to think about is they need to be cleaned. It's pretty simple. Take a can of compressed air and spray it and let that air clean out your smoke detector. It gets it off the dust off the sensors. It gets dust off and around the unit itself. And the fourth thing I want you to remember is that these smoke detectors have to be changed out over a period of time. Most manufacturers will tell you to change them out at the end of a 5-year period. Some is up to 10 years depending on if they have a lithium internal battery or not. So please check your manufacturer and see how often you should change out your smoke detector. A smart thing to think about is that if your rig is over 5 years old, you probably should have changed your smoke detector in most cases. And the fifth point I want you to know about smoke detectors is that you probably need to have more than one in your rig. Ours happen to have just this one smoke detector, and it's in a very common place where you got the stove, the hot water heater, the refrigerator, and the engine. So this is probably where a fire is going to start. But it's also good to have one in each and every sleeping area. So that would be the 5th tip. Speaking of fires, you have to know how to use a fire extinguisher. There are over 6,000 RV fires a year. And you've got to know how to put that fire out, because your fire extinguisher will be your first weapon in defeating that fire. So I want to talk about 5 things you should know about your fire extinguisher. And I want you to make sure you're teaching these to anyone that travels with you or is riding with you. Number 1 is the location of your fire extinguishers. RVs are required to have a fire extinguisher by the exit, but you should also have one in your bedroom. You should also have one in a unlocked compartment outside your rig. Some people put those in their, if they're traveling in a truck, to put them in their cab of their truck so they know exactly where it's at in case of emergency. The second thing you need to know is your fire extinguisher in good working order? It's easy to tell in most extinguishers. Most of them will have a gauge here, and it'll tell you when it needs to be recharged. If it's in the green, it's good. So you need to know that. Now, if your fire extinguisher is a single-use fire extinguisher, you'll see a little test button versus a gauge. They won't have a gauge, and you'll push that push the test button, and it should pop back out. If it doesn't pop out, then you know you need to replace that fire extinguisher. Number 3, owning a fire extinguisher and knowing where it's at is not enough. You've got to have a plan. As I've been saying, make sure your passengers, the people who are traveling with you, understand this portion too. They must know the plan. They must know where they're at, the fire extinguisher are at, and how to use them. So the first thing I want you to remember is that get people out safely. That should be your first mission, is to get your family, your friends out of the RV and get them to a safe place, especially the children. Speaking of getting people out of the RV, you have to know how to use the emergency exit window, usually in the rear of your RV. So take time to know how to use that, how to operate that, and then teach those that are with you how to do the same thing in case you cannot. The fourth thing I want you to know is how to use it. I want you to remember the word pass. P-A-S-S. Pass. Pass. So the P stands for pull the pin. So you would pull the pin in your extinguisher, and now it's ready to use. The A is aim. You should aim your extinguisher to where the fire is at, to the base of the fire. So aim towards the base of the fire. The first S is squeeze the handle, and the second S is sweep. So you're going to sweep along where the fire's at. You're aiming at the base and sweeping the fire. So remember, pass. And the fifth thing I want you to know about fire extinguishers is that you might need one more additional. I've read that the number one cause of fire extinguishers is in the engine compartment. But did you know the number 2 cause of RV fires is the refrigerator? So you may want to consider having an automatic fire extinguisher, and I'll give you a picture of ours, in your refrigeration component, your outside bay door to your refrigerator. That way, if there's a fire there, it will automatically spray to the base of the fire. It's odorless, colorless, tasteless. It's the number 1 killer by poison in the United States, with over 2,300 people killed by this each year. And in the RVs, over 500 people die each year from this poison. What poison are we talking about? Carbon monoxide. And that's why we must have a proper operating carbon monoxide CO2 detector in your rig. And in our case, we have 2, one here and one in the kitchen around the corner there, that's tied in to our liquid propane leak detector. So I want to talk about 5 things that we should know about our carbon monoxide detector, our CO2 detector. Number 1, if it's battery operated, you must change the batteries twice a year. Just as you do in your smoke detector, change these when you have time changes in the spring and the fall. Number 2, you must test it by pushing the test button every time you bring out of storage, anytime you're going on a trip, and once a week as you're traveling. So you must test it. It's pretty simple to test. Though the third thing, you might want to consider a CO2 test kit. It will seal your device, and you'll spray some carbon monoxide into it, and you'll see if the actual sensors work. Because when you're just pushing the button, you just see if the electronics are working. But to get the sensors to work, you will spray that CO2 into it, and it will actually work. So I would suggest doing that twice a year. The fourth thing that I want you to know about is that these need to be replaced. As you can see, as you might be able to see, our previous owner has dated when these have been tested and when the batteries have been changed, and put the dates on there each year. But these need to be changed out and replaced every 5 years. So if your rig is over 5 years, please consider replacing your carbon monoxide detector. And the fifth tip is try to prevent carbon monoxide from happening into your rig. Each time you use your generator, inspect the exhaust. Is it clogged? Is it still extended out past the rig? Also suggest you put a sticker on your safety equipment that gives you the date when it needs to be replaced. So we have to be aware of carbon monoxide poisoning, and when this goes off, get the family out, get the people you're traveling with out, and open some windows, get out. You also might want to be aware of the symptoms of CO2, so you can be aware of that, such as dizziness, nausea, headaches, etc. So when those things are happening, get out of your rig, protect yourself, and protect those with you. This is our propane leak detector. Can you imagine how dangerous a propane leak could be? What it could do to you, to your family, to your RV? Just how explosive propane is. So you must have a working propane detector. And I want to tell you 5 things you need to know about your propane leak detector. Number 1, when you pull your RV out of storage, test your propane detector. Before you go on your next trip, or before you go on each trip, test your propane detector. Then as you're traveling, test it weekly. It's very, very important that it's working and it's being tested on a weekly basis. You do have a test button on there, but the second thing I want to teach you is the test button just tells you if the electronics are working, but a good way to see if the sensors are working, and do this a couple times a year, is to take a lighter, blow out the flame, and hold that down near the sensor. Because as you're holding it down, gas is coming out, butane is coming out. And so if you have it near the sensor, right next to the sensor, and just hold it there for just a few seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then pull it away. And then shortly after that, your propane leak detector should detect that butane also, and your alarm would go off. So that is the second thing I want you to know, is how to do the sensor test twice a year. The third thing I want you to know is that every 5 to 7 years you'll need to replace your propane leak detector. In fact, each propane leak detector, or at least the most common ones, have a expiration date for that device. So make sure you're aware of that. You can reach down and take a picture of it so you can zoom it in and look at it. It makes it a lot easier to do that way. But make sure you're replacing that propane leak detector as the manufacturers suggest. 4, unlike CO2, propane has a smell. They add a chemical so you can smell the propane and leak. So if you smell that, I've been told it smells like a rotten egg smell, and if you smell that, evacuate your rig. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're not touching any light switches. Turn off any kind of pilot light. And the 5th thing I want you to be aware of is you might want to consider items such as gas stop, which if you ever have a propane leak, it will detect that and automatically shut off your propane. And you might want to consider getting one of those. So you can see how important it is to have a properly working propane leak detector and how unsafe it would be if you did not keep yours in top working order. We hope this serves as a reminder to take RV safety very serious and also to test and maintain your safety equipment on a regular basis.
Yes. And before we leave, take a minute and please hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell.
And let's end with this.
God bless and many safe travels.
Until next time, go RV America, and let's do it safe.